What's something you'd love to see but want to be alive for? The discovery of intelligent extraterrestrial life. I am surprised I had to dig this far to find this response. Aliens, man. I just wanna know for sure. Then I am good. Playing Stellaris made me realize that we're surrounded by life we likely will never meet. Separated by incomprehensible distance and eons of time. We are but motes of dust. Now I feel smaller than usual. I'd love to see the day that renewable energy is so efficient and cost effective that every building can generate its own energy supply, also grow its own food or a portion of what is needed. The Earth's magnetic pole flip. This would actually be really interesting. I wonder how many animals use the magnetic field for navigation, and will they be confused when it happens? Sorry, what? I did not know about this. When will this happen? Why? The Earth's poles are in the early stages of a flip. The Earth's magnetic field was roughly double what it is today about 2000 years ago. In another 2000 years it will be around 0. At that point the field will get weird and there will be more than one north and one south pole. Then it will get stronger. But compasses will now point south instead of north. I would like to see humans leaving the solar system. Or, I would like to see the highways fixed without multi-year rollouts, making it the safest job you can have in America. Solar system. Here we come. To the edge of infinity and beyond. Life evolving on other planets. If it happens, it will be so weird and wild compared to Earth, since the environments would likely be pretty different. Then again, there is always the deep sea. If you wanna look at incredibly alien looking creatures, when they have to adapt to such a different environment than our own, they are gonna look pretty strange. Look for Cambrian animal pictures. You will see how different life can be in the same planet in similar conditions when given the time. 1 meter long shrimps with spider-like fangs. 5-eyed arthropods. Worms with spines. And, of course, the Tully monster. Life will never be the same twice, even in the same planet. Unless we are talking about convergent evolution and carcinization. Then life can get pretty dang similar very often. Life is a weird little thing, is not it? It is universally known that life everywhere is the same, just different forehead ridges. Humans leaving the solar system for the first time. It took Voyager 135 Earth years to leave the solar system. It travels at roughly 38,000 miles per hour. It is currently in its 43rd year of travel and is in interstellar space. This reads like it was written by Voyager bot. Good bot. We are all Voyager bots except for you. Halley's Comet. It's not due for another 40 years and I am not sure lines live that long. It last came 8 months before I was born. I won't get to see it until my 70s. Just, what happens? I want to know what happens to all of us in 100 years, 200 years, or 1000 years. If given the opportunity I would time travel forward, not back. Whatever happens will be crazy. I never really thought deep about the day becoming a reality. Will we move to another planet? Will a virus take us out? Meteor? If we survive all of that and do populate Mars one day, the sun will still inevitably die. And if we have not figured out how to populate outside of the solar system by then humanity is gone for good. What is wild is it is not if, but when. This probably has already happened many times to other civilizations deep in the universe, even on a smaller scale like everyday life. Imagine all the technology and all the magical things that could be around. The future even 100 years from now could be a very different world. Hale-Bopp Comet. Projected next viewing in 4380. Yeah, I will be long gone. I saw it. And Hal is back in 1986, when I was like 5 years old. I did not really understand the significance at the time, but I remember people being all excited about it, and saying it would be like 76 years before we would see it again. Came to say this one. I specifically remember my dad taking me out while past bedtime to see it, and he said those words something like "You lines be 86 when this thing comes by again." He was hoping they'd turn the street lights off, but we were in a fairly low density area, so we had a fairly decent dark sky. The wonder of these things that go for so long. I hope to make it to that age to see it again. Betelgeuse being the most bright object in the night sky. Duck me for not being alive to see this. It is possible. It could blow tomorrow or in a million years. We just do not know for sure. Maybe it already did, but the light will take hundreds of years to reach our solar system. What's not to say it happened a few hundred years ago and its lines be visible these next few days. The collision of the Milky Way and Andromeda galaxies. I will posthumously be hyped for Milkdromeda. Not me. I am galactose intolerant. The greatest thing about this pun is that galactose is an actual constituent of milk. Lactose is made from it, among other things. Where different animals are going with the fact that many of them, especially crows, have officially entered the Stone Age. Okay, so I was confused what you meant. Turns out crows use tools and pass this information down to younger generations. That's super cool. In like 50 years they will be driving little crow cars. And when they eventually make their version of Half-Life, Crow Gordon will swing a man bar. Experimental proof if string theory is correct. Wait, which theory is this? String theory is that quarks which make up atoms are actually made by smaller particles called strings. These strings are kind of electric energy that crosses multiple dimensions, and as it does picks up attributes that lead it to be this or that. These strings resonate, and an atomic particle is formed in our dimension. A cure for type 1 diabetes. I've had it since I was 3. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease that cannot be prevented. Type 2 is the one associated with diet and weight problems. This was my answer before even opening the thread. Diabetes is a horrible disease. People really have no idea how bad it is. It is not the finger pricks and injections. That's the easiest part. The mental health side of it is the worst for me, and no matter how hard you try, and how perfectly you handle it, something always goes wrong. I hope we at least get some better and more accurate and affordable technology in the next few years. Just the fact that airlines have it for the rest of my life is what does it. Bullet trains in North America. California is burning 100 billion on a train that will not run all that fast for a big part of the route. Yeah. The big problem with coastal bullet trains is that we kind of do not have any stretches of ground that is not already filled with buildings. To travel at bullet train speeds you need a relatively straight path. The government would have to do when they built the interstate highway system and just say, hey, we are building something where your house is. You have X time to get out and here is some money. Bye. The Central Valley portion is actually very rural. The problem is, so many landowners raised a huge stink about it splitting their land that practically the whole thing is on a viaduct. If it was all, or nearly all on the ground as originally planned, it would have saved like 50 billion. Traveling to different planets like how we travel to different countries. I would settle for just getting the chance to visit space. My debt paid off. SHHH. Do not let the creditors know. If we all get together, we can Uber to the debt headquarters and pelt them with shitty pieces of I-95 pavement. I am just assuming it's off of I-95. GTA 6. GTA 5 will come out for the PlayStation 6 and people will still be paying for in-game content like shark cards. I was gonna say in the next Xbox, then realized you cannot go like PS. Dudes always be changing names. Xbox. Xbox 360. Xbox One. Xbox Series X. There is no pattern other than that it always has an X in it. They should have gone with Xbox 720. But nope. Cure for cancer. 10 drips of oregano oil over the course of 3 days done. You forgot that you have to properly dilute it, or it will make things worse. Dilute it until it only has a memory of oregano. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos.